when they are attacking, and that's exactly what we're gonna have once we kick off the map. Global Esports on the attack, RRQ
What
defending.
have we got today?
GE, Global Esports,
Lotus,
what I would
we
love
got a
to see
triple
today, win or
ghost
lose, is being
against
a
a
bit
triple
more proactive
classic.
with the timer. What we saw in their previous matches, both against Talon and DRX,
RRQ on
was that
defense,
they would
DE
kind of
on
rely
attack,
on
and
holding
they
onto B
are
main, see if there's rebel
ready
control
for
from the
some kind of
opponents,
aggression
and then
over towards
slowly
B.
start to retake control past the 1 minute mark. But at that point, you're starting to run out of time and options. So I'd love for them to, maybe take some contact plays as well, sprinkle that in a couple rounds to see if they can take advantage of the tempo that you have on a 3-site map as the attacking team.
Bambino, how's everything going, dude?
Definitely want to see them,
hello,
especially
thank
a team
you,
with such
with the
strong
38.
duelists and fraggers to go in for
Appreciate
some of these
that, man.
duels, and if they can
Morning
actually
too, dude.
soften up some of the
You're up
defenses,
nice and early
they
also.
might be able to do a bit more. But for now, we're starting things off slow.
I mean, it is the pistol, but
Actually,
I like
it's
this from
not as
RRQ
early
as
there,
well.
to
Not
be fair.
investing anything
Do
to
that.
take rubble control, right? They understand that GE, they're not going to all in too early onto that rubble fight, so they'll just hold. You have that forward
Druvian,
alarm
thank
bot,
you.
that
Yeah, I did
always
do
brings
that.
so much value no matter which team's playing it. So GE, like, these are the rounds where push in, tag that bot. All right, that's already value you've gained right before the 1 minute mark. You know, still a little bit slow at the beginning, but it's value gained.
This is good at the moment. Just waiting for some aggression, then go take CB default. What the hell is
got the
this
dark cover
moment?
just to block off a little bit, and I love how Xfer's trying to play
make you
around
commit.
this. Oh, but unfortunately not quite landing the shot. This gives Global Esports
It's been
a
a
lot
while
more
since we
space
sneezed in the morning, so
Nice
that was
try.
about
Xfer had a
long
good read
overdue.
that there might be just a cut of audio.
Interesting smoke. Would love to know the actual full fort.
Oh, the
Oh,
C's a
yeah,
little
that's
bit
good
late.
needs. Oh, yeah, that was nice out into the open. This could be a hard retake.
Well, so Polvi fights right back, and now
We've got
RRQ
Omen Flash
gonna have to
Fade Eye.
retake
That's
this
kind of what they got
without
a
any
combo here.
advantages. They've been smoked off as
With
well,
this
so
plant,
just waiting for it to dissipate.
and
Maybe
with this
2G can toss in a
positions,
paranoia.
You'd imagine
But
this
the
is done.
positioning from Global Esports seem a little bit too strong right now. The snake bite will get tossed down just to kind of weaken them a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. 2G tries to rush right in, gets a little bit of a right click, but it's not still enough. 3 targets left, and
That's a
Flitz
nice
is down
pistol.
to 10 HP. He swings, but Polvi just tags him down. A quad for this guy in the pistol round, and very close to a showstopper.
Yeah, it might not be the flashiest round, but I think if you're a GE fan, that's a round that makes you feel good about the team already. We don't want to write things off too early.
Anything
just
where
one round,
Polvi can frag out early, get an ult online is a great
save
start.
the push in, try to clear out the alarm bot early. Then they decide to cut audio instead of having to use all their util to get in. And then they position the post plant to make sure that they have a crossfire at all times no matter where the paranoia comes through. Blaze King always had vision, and once the paranoia clears, Polvi is able to get a 4 kill. I mean, this is everything you wanted from this team for that pistol round. And Polvi's already getting hyped up.
That's exactly what you want from Global Esports. RRQ
Yeah, that's a nice start as well. Just trying to make sure they don't get the orb. Just gotta spam. I think they got the orb anyway, but still a kill. Yeah, and they're just in for getting both for this. They do not want this ult to come online.
Yeah, going for the Viper's pit over.
They know that Polvi will be fighting them at one point.
Bit interesting, obviously.
In terms of the
Flip's
buy,
already
they're
had an
allowed
extra
1
point
death,
as well, but
and
being
at
on
one point,
defense, can't
guns
fault
might
too
be
much.
switched
Prowler to
so
check
that
as
the
well. You
hunt
already
can
saw that there were 2
happen.
members. GE, they're reading things very well. I mean, we'll have to keep tabs, but maybe that extra comms coming in might be able to clear things up for GE today.
Taking a lot of tactical fights as well. I mean, whether or not it's just Russ going in with this separate C-site squad, he's calling out for that paranoia. They're going in for these kills, and they're making sure that they're going to keep every single weapon as they go into the next round. That's what you want to see from them.
Yeah, 40 seconds. You still have so much time, and during all of that, Blaze King creeps through. He realizes no setup on A, no reactions either.
Let's hope he
now,
doesn't
he
give
is
him a
going
gun
pretty
though,
deep,
but he does get
he's got
3
the
HP
Spectre.
here.
He's not in a bad position because you're still able to isolate fights 1v1.
Wait, this guy had
and
the
now they
classic
have
out
to
the
clear
whole
him,
time
right? I mean,
until that one
if they
corner.
clear him, sure, you get a weapon, but they have to wait and try to fight this out. He's able to reset the aim as well. An excellent round played
at
out
least
on the
look
Anthony
at
by Global
Polvi.
Esports.
Okay, only more
Let's look at
tries
Polvi
with the
getting the
classic, but
plan on this
unfortunately
one,
it's
so
gonna be
he's
Benkai
2
with the
away.
ghost that
So
takes
maybe
him
not
out
next round,
instead.
but the round
And it's
after
just
he
a
gets
little
his
bit
ult.
of fun, the
Maybe next
best
round,
thing
we'll
is
see.
that Global Esports does make it a flawless round. But for Blaze King, the fact that these are some of his Indonesian brethren on the other side, he's it's a little bit of a friendly match as well.
Just imagine the storyline if the only teams RRQ loses to are teams with Indonesians on their squad. I mean, listen, we might be onto something here, okay? T1 might have been onto something when they brought out the Obscured IGL last week.
Big buy round
crack
against
the
the
code.
bonus. We get an extra rifle into it,
that's
and
the trick. Maybe Fleet's gonna
Moonflash
pick up
tags
an
everyone,
clear
and they
next.
stick here.
But for
They
now, Dark cover is a
RRQ,
lot of rubble control.
another
Global Esports gonna have to respect this.
Coach Potato's Molly adopter.
Yeah, this is now with the weaponry, with the default.
Like to see that again.
Global Esports. Usually when this happens, they just wait.
Spreading.
They wait to see, and then they have to
Is
go
it now?
for
Heretics,
dump on
Gen
to see.
G.
That's what their tendencies have been. But do
There's
they
another
go,
team as
especially
well.
since it's a bonus round, for a bit more
RRQ,
contact play on C?
Fnatic. Those are.
So far, they've been given a lot of room around this spot, so why not? If anything, I'm wondering how come RRQ isn't really making any moves.
I'm enjoying how decisive
Instead,
the calling
time
right now
just
is for
double-stacking it up on
GE
C, a
though.
2-on-2
That
default
was
setup.
great.
Pillars,
They
getting
take
checks,
A, sure.
nothing found.
We just do C,
Yeah,
and
since you
then
see
now,
no
potentially,
regression onto
not
Rubble,
saying they're
you're
going
gonna
to take
switch
A,
over
but it looks like they
Jemkin
want to at least
towards
clear
A-Link.
Rubble.
And this map kind
Yeah,
of favors
one
RRQ
Prowler
when 2G
forces
slotting
an
in, 'cause
Omen
generally the Omen
TP,
can
and they
solo
have done
hold
that.
on Rubble for a long time, right? So it's not too
Adai
important
goes in
to have been
to
scrimming a lot with the team.
double
You're still able
confirm
to
that
go
they've
through
actually
the
cleared
motions quite
this, and
well.
they're going to open
It's taking a
door.
little bit of time though, so he's going to back up instead now
At least
holding
get the
around
one
for
way out of
three.
him.
Seconds left.
Tosses out a bit of a dark cover just to block off any potential access routes from Global Esports. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad actually starts to push in through C. Flips takes the first point of contact. Polvi with a showstopper now, but nobody's on site, so it doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, could have benefited from holding on to that one there, but I think he got a little bit eager. And they are on top of this plan that everyone's doing.
To take him down in time. All of a sudden, it's a little bit more tricky
And
for
that
Russ and
is-
Polvi to stick the spike.
I was
doesn't
going to
have
say,
any
I
shots,
think
but
he had no
it's just
time
too
anyway. It
hot
was
in
like
the landing zone.
insanely
He's gonna have to
close.
back off.
Yeah, Omi more
We'd
with
love
the
to do
jump
damage,
peek
though.
forces
There's
him
the
to
true
stop
guy in
the
his
plan
head.
right there. Eventually cleans up the
Tell you
kills
what,
as
though.
well. So
I know
what
they
started off a
got
little
completely
messy, I
wrecked
mean,
into this
Global Esports
round.
even go for the
But
revolving door, and
overall
I like what I
macro
saw. It's
on
a
this
good
round was pretty
evolution
good.
Out of the more simplistic
I maybe
tendencies they
would
had
have
in previous
preferred
matches.
like
But RQ's ready with it
a
with the weaponry,
rotate
but of
in
course
before
they
they
want to buy
went,
up a
but it was
couple.
like
So,
30 seconds when they
this is one of those
XX.
classic round fours where you really want to win this
If
from
the
both
macro
sides.
wasn't
Make
too
sure
bad,
you
it's
build up the
still a
creds.
pretty good sign.
A little bit more so for Global Esports.
There.
But I mean, the way that works out is the fact that
Okay,
it's a
big
wall
buy
bang,
rounds,
something that you
and
don't
they got
quite
enough,
expect
which
that
means
often.
that, oh man.
You know it's coming, but you don't really expect it to hit.
This
time,
was
though,
sick.
just all out in towards
Kinda
A
did like
Rumble.
a-
You got the
kinda did
entire
like
squad of
how
Global
EG used
Esports,
to
and
satchel
Polvi finds
out.
the first pick. Elmimore
Wait.
continues to stay tucked away behind a lot of these smokes.
Oh my god, he might
and
get so
he
many.
might just
When
be
did the
able
smoke
to
come?
catch a sneaky one up against Global Esports. As soon as this smoke dissipates. They're marking him though, Blaze King,
They're on
very
top
aware.
of that.
They know, man. Xfera and Elmimore.
This
they
was
both
nice,
love
though,
to
the
play
double
that
satchel
spot. They always
aggro,
peek out right as a
the
smoke
nade
drops, whether it's
tether,
toxic screen,
and I think the
whether it's a
nade
dark
was further
cover.
back than the tether
GE
was,
is well
right?
prepared, and that's always been true in all of their matches. As 2GE Last Alive just tries to do whatever damage, but GE has always had good ideas. The
supposed to do
first
that?
30 seconds of every round they've played has always
Honestly, I think I'm
looked
just
pretty
talking
decent
quieter.
so far in stage one. It's just the execution wasn't ever quite there. They could not ever quite put the exclamation mark at the end. But today, things are starting to come to fruition.
Yeah, they've gotten the spike down now. They're marking all the exits. You even have Russ looking for the final player, and that's going to be 2GE.
Alright, this is
down
a
in the
good
dirt.
round though.
Flawless round
Ovi
for
did
Global
great. I
Esports
like
now,
the
and
pathing
it's gonna
over
be a little
towards
bit
here.
trickier for RRQ to come back from it.
He just go around the corner,
imagine if
and then
you
there was
go
enough vision
down
block here
on the
in
rubble
terms of the
fight
wall.
again, we might see a timeout because what
He
GE
just managed
does
to
here,
get
so
this kill over
Polvi
towards
doesn't
there.
go on to the left side. He doesn't go past
Yeah, and the
Rubble. He
Omen
actually
flashed
dies
in
right
as
through
well.
the
Is this
middle.
not a
Why?
team
Because
Omen flash?
RRQ
Or
has
did they
always
Omen
only
flash
sent
out?
Jemkin in. They always high ban the toxic screen for the haunt. Jemkin's job
whose
is to
Omen
clear
flash
it.
is that?
So you know that you're in a 1v1 where he has to turn around for the haunt. It's very well played despite the C's catching Polvi off guard.
Just a little bit too chaotic to find your picks, but still now.
Yeah, dude,
Wallace
seen how
goes,
aggro they are with
goes
these
for the
satchels
same
now.
game plan.
It's not like get
Not a
rubble
lot of
control,
contact,
it
so they
is
actually get a lot
satchel
more
out
space
to
push up
fight.
front. Elmimore only has a Sheriff, so they are very aware that they're going up against a slightly weaker buy.
And during all of this, you're still seeing if there's a push out from C-Mound from Benkai, right? So while I would love to see if Benkai maybe at least goes for a little bit of a jump peak contact, something like that, that could give them a bit more time. But what you're really waiting to see is, now that we've got contact on A, is there a bigger force on C? They only quite checked one, maybe two players, depending on the gun sounds, over on the A side.
What
so
is going
G's
on?
not quite sure. Is this a
What is
stab or
this?
not? They're waiting for a reaction.
Feels like I'm watching a K
See
call
what
by.
they can fish up. RQ's not quite biting the bait, though, Will.
Yeah,
So
but
instead
Benkai,
Ben
yeah, he's
is-
on the move. Now, all of the Killjoy setup on
it's
C
not
is
like
very
it's
deep into the site.
risk-reward
So
in terms of being able to win a round.
But what he is telling his teammates is, okay, it's not a forward setup.
Making him eco.
Still nothing at the entrance. So he might think that this site is relatively clear. This could be a rude awakening. There you go. But Blazeking with an important kill on the A side.
There it is.
Dude, alright, dude, he's timing out after this, right? There's no way he signed off on this buy.
Now it's just a bit of a fake as they head on over to the B site. It's completely open except for Heaven, but they have those exits marked as well. 2G goes down to a bit of a trade. Now Jemkin wants to push up front to deny the spike plant, but he's being blocked off by lightning fast. Look at the cover from Global Esports. They are doing such a good job.
They're all coming from the same place, and they got a...
Polvi on the off angle now. Xfero comes in to check. Ooh, that's the head gone.
Oh,
Flip for the Stinger actually does a bit of damage. Benkai, though, has the angle from
okay, nicely done on this. They're still looking very convincing in terms of like the calling. I'm enjoying the calling at the moment. Been good. Been a nice attack half. This is definitely a timeout because there's no way the coach signed off on this buy round. Especially on like the worst half, like on the harder half, you can definitely eco and try and get as many buy rounds as you can. Like doing this and making sure you're in the worst half and you have the worst buys, I mean, that's not the one.
Wouldn't this have gone a little differently? Maybe it would have gone down to a 1v1. But I do want to give props to Global Esports on making sure that they still have
map 2 or map 3 worth watching for Loud? Yeah, you should watch map 3, man. Like honestly, you should watch map 3. It is so funny, dude. It's definitely worth watching. It's one of the funniest games I watched, man. I was cracking up.
Just because the Killjoy util isn't outside of the entrance doesn't mean that it's entirely empty. They're not making any assumptions yet, and this is a much-needed timeout from RRQ.
What happened? Oh, bro, I just watched it, dude. It was so funny. There was so many good,
The fact that this is
rounds.
RRQ's map pick.
Was the deadlock good?
Because RRQ, you know, they played pretty darn well against Bleed on this one.
They had some okay ideas, but Inspire with the raid. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Stream was good. Thank you. What's up, Raiders? How are we all doing?
I mean, this new squad now, this new roster. You got Russ making the calls. And
yeah, Sadak played Deadlock on Lotus. Honestly, I was just probably the most I've laughed on a game, man. It's so funny. There's so much funny stuff going down. I don't know what's in. I don't know how C9 do it, man. But they make everyone just play like the scrappiest Valorant against them.
I mean, sure, you know, he has a decent reputation, but he's one of those players where I didn't expect much, right? Plus or minus is kind of a non-factor for me when the roster was announced. But I stand corrected.
Okay, this is a lot better in terms of just actual eco, not the weird buy that we saw before.
New structure that they're working on with Benkai. Even more assistance.
We keep an eye on this push over towards C. Lovely shot, man.
It's going to be helping more with the Sheriff. Pops out, takes the shot against Russ. Just a little bit of a trade from Polvi. And Global Esports have to regroup.
Okay, Benkai being spotted, that alone already draws a lot of the attention away from A. I mean,
this is C9 got top tier in Americas, or is Loud still figuring himself out? Loud is still figuring stuff out, man.
Oh my gosh, the baby door being broken at the same time. I mean, this is just a different looking Global
Which is worrying because, if anything, I would say that I'm now worried about more maps than I was before of them, but I still haven't seen the scent.
They're very lost and confused. We saw it. Jemkin turned around because he heard the door. He thought that it was clear to move back. And Ben is just that sneaky. 2GE now, trying to take what he can get. We do have flips.
Yeah, and this would be lovely to keep this clean because the money would be great, and then G pretty much buy for the rest of the half. And then they're just on to maybe their best half they've had this season.
Go for an exit or two, but if not, take away a free Vandal. That's the most you can hope for RRQ. It's looking rough because here's the thing, RRQ, their default
Making Madrid is a massive debuff? Yeah, I said this early. It's honestly the same thing with Shanghai for champs. Oh, how, dude?
Global Esports is way more
how? 2 HP. I have no idea how he's alive.
That was a match a lot of people felt Global Esports.
He's 9-2 right now. Again, GE is so decisive. It's been great to watch. It's the most decisive half I've ever seen from him. The calling is pretty good right now.
The fact that the team has stuck together through thick and thin, I believe, Will, that like you don't really win a fight without being tested.
Right, I saw his face then. Even he's surprised he gets this kill, dude.
I mean, Gen G last year got tested and then they fell apart. So.
Okay, RRQ though in a position to win for sure in terms of this round. They've got a lot of ults, yeah, a lot of ults.
That's what I'm talking about. Global Esports looking so much better in this opening map for today. Yeah, Colby with the showstopper now, wanting to clear out so much space around the seaside. RQ are afraid. They have no choice but to turn back.
Yeah, whoa, goes forward.
As well, so you have to know that he's here. He's actually in a spot
right, so
too,
that.
So
Oh, what a shot! Wait, what an absolute shot from Lightning Fast though.
Coach Spin, and he does exactly that. Elmi Moore though will be able to push up front from Waterfall, unless not quite marked. Rush will be able to come back in.
Dude, imagine they win this. Isn't GE? Wait.
Still marking the angles with an operator. The Killjoy.
Dude, they have no idea the Killjoy's here. They win. Oh, that's my bad. I take responsibility for this one.
A couple more angles, and it's a little bit more doable for RRQ in this moment, but Flip's not quite being able to land the shot. Sparrow swapped over onto the Vandal. Will be able to play.
Wait, they did know about the Killjoy. What happened there? Also, I do think the Killjoy there needs to. I don't think the Killjoy there needs to face with double molly.
Because otherwise, that was a 3v2. The pinch was coming in, and it was going to be a tough timing for RRQ. So props to them, but lightning fast, sure, it's not as explosive as a map so far than maybe some of his previous games. But what a shot to pick off
with double molly.
Really helps delay this
retake
and force it all the way down to the wire. Meanwhile, I mean, RRQ, this was an important round. Get that confidence back
RRQ
going.
do win a round though, but you got to start looking at this. Straight up 1-9 loss bonus. It's all reset. 4 people that wouldn't be able to buy.
So looking a little bit better now.
Come on, everyone's going A.
Like that one. They have 3 ultimates to work with. A lot of
okay, and this is the late A punish, so let's see what happens.
Like we mentioned. But what is this? A shot through the toxic screen from Russ.
What? Dude, and this guy got tanked down to 21 as well.
It's so clear that Global Esports has studied a lot of the tape from RRQ.
Yeah, it looks like they're so aware of what's going to go happen. And they're still aware for this.
Make sure there's always a crossfire.
Polvi was looking for this at least. Damn, look at them, the unit. Gee, looking good, by the way. Everything's together. The calling's nice, the shots are here, they're all together to help each other out. Lose one round, win the next.
I don't even know about this season of Pacific anymore, man. Like, everyone's been saying, Global Esports, where's the firepower, where's the firepower? I've echoed that same sentiment. The reads are good, the execution isn't there. Well, apparently the firepower is there. They just needed a bit more mental coaching. I mean, I don't know. But quite frankly, if you're RRQ, did you expect to lose this crossfire with Elmi Moore bouncing off of Flip's aggro like that? No.
Yeah, we gotta be shooting that.
But just ready for it this time. They have much more focus. It's not about the flicks. It's not about any.
Did it only hit one? Maybe.
It's just about having a better understanding.
Maybe it was only this guy that was actually able to be seen by it because of this wall.
It's not really just about pure mechanical skill, but being mentally ready.
People have got to stop going. People have got to stop dueling mounds dry against ecos. I've seen it way too much. If I'm in a team now, I ban that, or at least on the eco, I just take control early, just with Util. I'm seeing sheriffs pop people, classics win the duels here. I'm seeing everything. This doesn't favor you, right? You pick your duel here, head only. You're out in the open.
Gonna have to be careful because you never quite know what RQ is capable of. They are working around a lot of these smokes still. Nightfall being sent out by Russ. Lightning fast, forced to run back.
This is one of the only ones where I'm like not massively enjoying this all, but honestly, with the ult and the amount of space, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is
oh my god, there's so much going on. This guy is running at them. Picks up the gun. They decided to leave.
That could be a bit of a problem, Will.
Especially with the rifle.
They're here so early.
You've got some other ultimates as well. RQ just has to hold on to time. The paint shells come in as well.
Util's good from RQ. Omen flash. Down, they put the pit.
To evade it. The pit comes up, gives them a little bit
Wait, the pit might have just owned it for him.
Flip's able to pick up just the one.
What the hell is this Viper pit?
Still not quite enough.
Do you have the internal time?
Why is there a gap here?
Unfortunately, though, Polvi able to swing back. This is now Global Esports very aware of every movement from
RRQ messed up.
Even though Flips has the Viper's pit and he's trying to sneak around.
RRQ messed up, man.
Vandal, but unfortunately,
they use so much into this. The eco.
Staring right down your barrel.
I love that they're aware
Dude, I
of
think the
this.
coach has to call another timeout. They're melting a little bit.
The timing of the pit. The pit comes out, but where's the lockdown? If you're going to invest that much on an eco, surely the lockdown's coming from somewhere. So at that point, you don't see the killjoy anywhere. You see people starting to flood in. You're thinking something's not right.
Dude.
As soon as you hear the lockdown, Polvi turns around. He's ready for the shot.
Why is he putting the lockdown here?
Maybe that's all they were missing this entire time.
Why is he putting the lockdown and then insta-swinging?
I mean, just the awareness from not just
Instead of just calling some of his team to go stairs to protect the fact that they're going to go aggro and then he can watch door.
Going on throughout the entire team. They can keep this up, make this map a quick one. It's going to be very troublesome for RRQ in the next.
This is their map pick? Bro, they're looking a little bit lost, especially if I look at that other one. And most of their ults so far have been into ecos.
For that slow default. Yeah, see if the push comes out. Why? Because Rubble hasn't worked out for RRQ. Mountain hasn't worked out for RRQ. So there's a good chance. And even if they don't come out, you know, you only spend 20 seconds. You're still able
this
to
is
work
getting
the rest
vision
of the
blocked
round.
before someone peeks, you would imagine. Like this wall's
move's
going up before anyone peeks that, hopefully. Guys, wall.
Holy.
So even though Pillar might not quite have worked out at the start of the round,
I mean, this is their wall. Why did they not put their wall up?
With the operator. Falls back now, it's just a relay.
What's going on here?
The rest of
it was looking great until last round.
Probably don't want to head back into the A site, right, Will?
Yeah, I mean, usually that op is solo, but now with this timing, you're expecting there's at least going to be some backup coming forward. So I like digging into the B site. That's usually going to be the weakest. You'll worry about the post plan afterwards. You're going to push them out with the lockdown. Now, how far deeper do they go?
It's nice to group up towards B. You got your Killjoy ult to actually make sure that you can send it into sight. So Razor's obviously dead. Get a good plant. And it is a good plant. It's faster to see from here.
RRQ wants to retake, but they're only taking it from Waterfall and Heaven area. Link, the Prowler goes in to check. They start to swing out. Xvero fires off the shot. 2GE now chiming in.
Okay, and Lightning Fast.
Global Esports still managing to hold.
Kinda has to win the rounds.
Oh, there's a bit of a check from Xvero, but
boy, that was unlucky though.
2G finds his own up against Benkai as well.
Nicely done from RRQ, but I wish the GE put the wall up before they went up towards A.
Tying someone up at B main, keeping them.
So they kind of got gifted one.
Revolving door. That was huge. That allows the rest of the team to really focus on just peeking one at a time, bouncing that aggro back and forth to make sure they can clear each corner of that B site.
Yeah, lies. Literally that.
Of, do I go for a deeper lurk or not? Because he had to refill the site immediately.
It's been a rough half from them though. The eco ults, the weird force buy that was like here.
That's what we're all talking about. RRQ, they've always been building up on this. They've always been working on this. We don't want to go too crazy, but as long as we have clean protocols and how we want to retake, you know, peeking off of one another, checking to make sure that
Ollie goes on. They've been Omen flashing early out A.
They'll be able to do much better.
Yeah, they really, and most people don't commit the Omen flashing attack. They definitely got them around earlier.
They're ready for this. Xfero, if you repeat this, it's gonna spell a little bit of danger in my opinion.
I think he's good for it.
But the timing.
Oh.
Just a little bit of movement and accuracy.
Whoa, Blaze King centered at him, even though he probably got another shot off in time, but he just wasn't expecting it. So at least the confidence is there.
Right? They realize, okay, it's a slow creep up. Now that baby door's already broken, a high chance of that pinch on to B.
Man.
So Jemkin's just gonna
a lot of little mistakes that are costing people big rounds right now.
Oh, just gonna have to be very careful though. Don't want to lose your head too early. Setting up for that retake now. Paint shells, trying to hold that back. The team trying to push back up front. But at the same time, Blaze King on this big lurk.
Prowler goes over towards A.
RRQ trying to be aware of
and as soon as this wall goes down.
Trick in Global Esports' book. Oh, now he's been spotted.
Now he's been spotted, but now you recognize that there's two people you can't get
out. His team, yeah, he did. I tell you what though, although it looked bad from his POV, he did exactly what he needed to do, which was wait for his team. Delay enough time so the crosshair is still over towards here, so that they could actually trade this one.
They've got to go in fast. Spike, now getting planted.
Big Jill,
on top.
the shot.
Spots the angles, catches Lightning Fast on the swing. Benkai has to do it all.
It's a 2v1. You just go for the simple double peek.
Okay, yeah, and Jemkin showing a lot of confidence
and you
there.
know what? RRQ looks like they want to stabilize in this first half. A 5-7 scoreline, not bad at all on that defensive
There's been a lot
side.
going on in the last few rounds, honestly. I still think the Blaze King did good to buy enough time here to make sure this trade came in, but mate, how did they get 2 on this duel? Maybe we get to see.
RRQ being very aware of it.
Okay, I mean, he's just spamming.
Good shots coming out from Elmimore.
Yeah, honestly, he was actually, I think, going for the spray down against Lightning Fest, and he saw the Omen close, but does get, the stabilization on that spray, gets the spray control, gets the long-range headshot through the box, and they're still able to keep that operator. Still no
4? I mean, they could still get a pretty average half if they get 5 here.
One shot is all it takes.
By all means, though, I mean, Global Esports had the right ideas again. They were very aware of his positioning.
Still got Razor. They got Razor to get over towards site.
Perhaps play around the map.
Oh my god, sorry.
Just investing the showstopper really early on, though.
Yeah, a bit of a miss on that blast pack, slows it down, and there's the From the Shadows backup as well. I mean, this side is all flooded, and it's defended.
Elmimore again with a double here, and I think he aimed a bit too high with the Razor. And honestly, getting 5 considering the start at the beginning is really good, because the start at the beginning had me so worried. So ever kind of since the timeout, it got a lot better.
In that last round of the half, then they go for the double push out of C, but they can do that because
G1 pistol, G1 pistol.
So then originally they're thinking, okay, if we get no contact, we plant the operator far forward, and then From the Shadows is still available. But you hear the showstopper, immediately you launch it, and then Povey not able to get the second blast pack right away really slows things down. Everyone on the side of RRQ, their crosshairs just have to be trained forward, and they're able to get to a scoreline that they don't mind after that rough 5-1 scoreline start.
Very, very much favorable.
My top 3 EMEA teams, what did I say last week? I think it's the same as I said last week. Navi, Vitality, Fnatic, but I think Heretics probably. Maybe I'd feel more confident putting Heretics over Fnatic with what's been going on recently, but.
For sure, I would love to see Global Esports get.
We'll see.
Just as
EMEA is open, man.
More on this defensive side as well. Xfero's oftentimes left on an island.
But they're making it? I don't think so. Not those comms.
So if you're able to target him, if you're able to
I would worry for the rest of the EMEA if it make it with those comms.
That's going to be good news. But let's say, an operator comes out, an outlaw comes out, something like that. We've seen Xfero's shots. He could be racking up the frags on the scoreboard real quick.
So still both teams.
How would you compare other region top teams? I mean, I think Pacific and America's top teams are better.
Oh, okay.
At least have more faith that they'll win a Masters or they'll win Shanghai. Like for me, Shanghai feels like APAC is the Pacific America's battle. I'm pretty confident from what I'm seeing.
You got the paint shells. Why not? Russ tossing in.
I think EMEA can get some good upsets. Maybe a team can get like 4th.
Have to be very cautious. But look at the.
But I can't see more than 4th.
RRQ coming in to take down Pillar.
Going to be that quick clear. Doesn't get tagged, so they might think that this is empty, but surely they're just vying for information on the util.
Triple peek?
But flips. He hears the footsteps. He's looking for one. Oh no! He gets distracted by too much.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the cooling's good from G at the moment, though. They're so much more decisive than what I've seen in the past. I like this, though. We got to retake wall as well, and the wall does go on top of like the little ledge here, so it is going to block vision. So they might, or just, well, they might see this and just realize they got to fight over towards site. And we got Omen Flash Fade Eye.
They know that the only thing that RRQ can do is go for that lure.
They wait for Will. Benkai's watching the exits. He picks up a quick double. 2GE now tries to take him down. Russ goes back in for the trade.
Yeah, and they cleared all the site, and they're like, well,
taking a little bit far too long.
This guy's probably around here, so nicely done on this one. And that's double pistol.
I mean, it's a rough spot for RRQ, right? You try to rush into C. You realize everything's set up there, and okay, backup's probably a ride. We got to go
looking similar to last year on that side.
Trying to push even deeper, trying to pinch them into Waterfall. Overall, I mean, listen, you're making do with what you got, but they just don't clear this corner fast enough, and Benkai's able to get a crucial double kill. And after that, it's like, oh yeah, remember we were still waiting for Xfero? That lurk comes in just in time.
So we'll make the playoffs and then play real comps? I mean, that'll be cool.
This is a Global Esports that has now won both pistols on this map.
Nature is healing.
I wish I had as much faith of you for it. We'll see what happens.
I mean, APAC is healing. Pacific is healing.
All it took was just a bit of time off, I suppose, from kickoffs.
All it took was Benji Fishy yelling at Monyet, and then everything corrected itself, okay?
My poor
and
guy.
Also, just a lot of talking to coaches and paper thin inside of lifts. But anyway, Poison Cloud back up on top now, and Global Esports.
Are they really gonna get? They're really gonna just have that eke around. They just don't see anyone. Get naded over towards A before they see anyone. Spam through smoke.
It's just tough. RQ just wanting to continue to dive through this, but even Timmy the turret gets a little kill.
Yeah. I mean, it's an eco. You knew that
Lovely on this. I want to make sure this isn't a buy of armor, but you can't get much better for your eco round, really, other than one person ult getting them so you have an ult online.
Early, stack on Killjoy utility. Well, you'll have to let that round go. Now with the half armors, what can they do? Thankfully, no Outlaw on the other side of Global Esports. Haven't seen that come out just yet on this map.
Not quite. They do have a Guardian, though. The main thing so far is just the fact that Global Esports have been making these rounds pretty darn flawless. RQ without any clear plans as to how they might be able to take advantage of the little rounds they get. There's a pretty big round deficit right now.
Yeah, look at the setup from Global Esports on the C side.
Yeah, no armory buy, big buy rounds, and they get aggro A, aggro B. Yeah, it was nice though. I still like the idea, and they just got a little bit caught off. It was a fast reaction from RRQ on this. They had to be slightly ready for this. Is this a bonus again? So they can kind of take the risks of doing this, and I think this was going to be a risk. I think it's literally just going to be like map control, leave one, break the turret, maybe leave one, and just 3-person stack with Killjoy. But with that kill, it all kind of falls apart a little bit.
Yeah, but I love that they push into this, because you know that Omen was far out, right? He wasn't by Rumble, he was already on his way back and out. So you got to imagine that this one way is just to buy time. It's a good clear with the Prowler as well.
What RQ has to watch out for now, though, is also the little door.
Oh yeah, what's his play going to be at door here?
It could be a trap setup for Blaze King, and they don't like what they're sniffing. They're just drawing attention. They know what they've done to Global Esports. They know they've put the
and he clears this question mark pretty fast, though. They're trying to create pressure, trying to keep people here. And we'll look at this Killjoy setup, see if the Killjoy setup can get anything.
There it is.
But it goes a little too far deep. He lands right onto the first set. 15 seconds left.
That's going to take a little bit off.
It's unlucky. If he went for a different setup in terms of an extra molly here instead of on the plant spot, this is an actual kill.
As soon as you hear that turret, ready for it, doesn't want to stop the plant.
Great TP up on top. Couple of wallbangs trying to go through, but unfortunately...
What?
Well, take that. I'm surprised he sticks around when that spam was going on.
The first one, but he did, and he lands the second as well. That's the Guardian for you.
That's how he checks.
Still got a raise, nade.
Okay. RQ, though, still relatively healthy. They've got 4 guns in this fight. Dark cover sets up, and 2G stays completely shrouded and hiding back. Blaze King continues.
Wait, how's that guy taking like next to no damage? Dude, look at this round. 15, 41, 39.
It's going to be RQ walking away. Pros don't look at the explosions. We've got this round.
Yeah, everyone gets out safely as well, like you said. Blaze King just gonna die to the spike without.
I'd be a little bit annoyed if I was GE in terms of the amount of damage they did. Not enough really, because the one person that goes down would probably just be a force into next round.
Everyone losing their armor, etc. It's still gonna be some creds that they'll have to reinvest.
The nade, yeah, it went into this corner, right? To be fair, it did not just hit this guy.
At the start of this
did not just body block that guy.
Quite a bit of time
or get body blocked by that guy.
Sometimes, and it comes down to the last 30 seconds. We were very worried that those nanoswarms might not allow them to
I worry so much when I see Killjoys that don't have molly lineups. Like Killjoys that don't min-max their mollies, like what are you doing with your time? Go on a server and find out the exact place it should be to get max coverage.
If GE has been stunning the team,
guys just freehanding it.
A stack push comes out and Flips is ready for it. As long as he lives, RQ, their plan is working. I think he's been heard though in B main as well by Pillars.
Not too bad. So even though he has made his position known.
So here's the unfortunate part, right? If during that chaos, RRQ was able to actually check for the forward alarm bot, this would be the perfect round setup for them. But since they haven't quite cleared that, Global Esports is able to reset their default. You can see on the mini-map, you see Russ rejoining towards the A side. They still haven't pushed the alarm bot. They're nowhere near C right now.
Whoa. He's standing in the wall. Not get hit by it.
Just going in for a
and
bit
do they
of
think
gamble
it's...
now into the A side because of that fact, Will.
Ooh, I reckon if he doesn't swing there, but I think he thinks he's going to get spammed. It's a nice pivot over towards B, and that kill had to come in. And with that kill, they give him Fatal as well. Not that they're going to be using it into this round, but...
First of all, next is going to be Russ.
Okay, I would like to see a G timeout. This could crumble pretty fast. Remember, they won double pistol, and it's still like relatively close right now.
And off of that kill, during all of that,
they might wait for the eco.
Open. Whenever you watch Lotus, the teams that are able to get enough of the rounds on attack are always going to be the ones that always leave one more chance open, right? It's, can you make one more rotation? You know, if we're going to A in the last 40 seconds, do we have B cleared when it comes to the 20-second mark? Things like that. Or do you have the C revolving door cleared by the 20-second mark? GE was doing a decent amount of that as well in the first half.
Okay, not a force into this one. We get one Guardian, one Marshal, and they stroll shot, man. They stroll out towards A.
Getting the right calls, right ideas, right reads. This time,
okay, fade onto this one, hits no one, so they realize that all the site is clear.
Start things off with a Marshal shot. Now smoked off though. Gonna have to run back around. His team arriving
hold up.
From door.
Oh, jeez.
Damn, nice pre-fire on this. Was just a body shot though. I think they had a little bit of a chance to get another one.
They have all rifles and they feeling pretty okay. At the same time, you got Xfair on a bit of alert just in case someone does decide to pull a sneaky rotate through the doors. This time it's not quite happening just yet. Jemkin marking stairs. A bit of a skewer for 2 headshots.
Give me a timeout, because I think they need it still.
That's huge. That's a huge double kill because
nice finale, yeah.
Okay. Right up on the ult cycle as well. So Lockdown and Showstopper both 2 points away, which makes that Nightfall investment against the opponent's weak round quite worth it. I mean, just fast reactions from Elmore. Seems like RRQ also perhaps needing a little bit of that warm-up coming in. Now firing back, and that's going to draw out that timeout from GE. They've been feeling okay so far. I like this timing. They still have the lead, but now you're starting to see that RRQ has the entire initiative, right? They go for a very slow round previously. They go for the final rotates, and then now they just go for that rush with the Nightfall all the way through A, regardless of weaponry on the other side.
And this is what I mean by, you know, RRQ gets to dictate pace on this attacking side of the map.
We'll see what the adjustment is here from GE. Now, if you're RRQ, I think you maybe check for a trap play on C again, right? Is it a fast push out of C, or could it be the trap from the revolving door with the paranoia? That's something that we still haven't seen, trap play or push out from C. Neither has really happened from GE. So if you're imagining a big change...
That's the sound when you talk in front of an electric fan.
I'm not sure if it's going to be a trap play exactly just yet. It's
the op.
It's the op on Polvi.
Yeah, it's not. They're not going to send the Showstopper, but I think RRQ probably waiting for
okay,
the
they
Showstopper.
got 2 ults of their own.
Yeah,
they have the op out.
They're waiting for a crossfire.
I mean, they go and see here.
Yet.
Would imagine that the one way is low, so they gotta actually just commit over towards mounds.
RRQ at the very least.
Prowler goes in. Rush, you gotta relax yourself a little bit.
And this fast push into rubble. This is important for RRQ because you're wondering, why are you trying to deny us so much rubble control with the Odin, right? Why this round? Why when we see that someone clears the on right away and he just lands it on flips?
He's going for the choke point spam. Goes for the choke point spam and just accidentally guy close catches some strays.
At that exact spot. Very unlucky timing.
Definitely not gonna attempt picking up that orb.
Finishes it off, 100 rounds still to go.
It's the last belt as well, so now he's gonna be a little bit more careful of it.
This gun here, man, is so strong. Look at him go. He did so much damage. He's on 5 HP.
It's gonna be down to Xfero.
This round is literally all down to the Odin. You got a shout out. It was a nice fade eye from Russ.
So was Xfero. I mean, a clean round. I mean, this all falls apart when Flips dies, right? And you
massively
can't blame
fell
him,
apart
but
there,
you can absolutely give credit to Blaze King. Whenever you see, listen, people say that the Odins get lucky, but the real Odin users, they really play with your mind, right? They make you think that they're done spamming.
Exactly.
They make you think that you're only spamming one angle.
And then they swap to another angle.
Yeah, they keep it going. They
And this
have
fade
their
out
own
is so
system,
good.
man.
It hits
It's
so
a play of
many.
Positioning is what it is. And I think, you know, it's not just the Odin as well.
A little Odin ceremony. We haven't seen that. Okay, I like it.
It's also the fact that, you know, there was that threat of the showstopper. There was a little bit of
Okay, we got Killjoy ult for Killjoy ult. Ross has his. We got Bobby still with his up, and they're holding over towards C. And is this the B into C default? It is. I like this way of handling it.
Smoke's a little too deep on B. And they think that it might be a trap onto C.
Ovi going for the shot though.
Ovi's good.
Great opener. The Dragon roars.
Yeah, and they lose the pass that needs to satchel into sight. So this is the spike though, by the way. So no chance he takes the extra risk. Yeah, and he's annoyed. He's just like, man, I wanted to take this.
Well, all right. Spike given over.
Throws the spike down onto the floor. They still hear it, but he does keep going forwards. And
the barrel shows, and he has no idea.
Oh, slight whiff with the flick, but not too bad.
yeah, I'm surprised he just didn't swing into that.
Elmemore calls that the side is clear. Spike goes down.
And the lockdown at the ready as well. Now Showstopper on the other side, so RRQ, they have to still stop this way early.
Oh boy, gets a kill just before he eats it. Attack.
Goes back in for a little bit more, just a little bit of greed, and it's not too good. Showstopper comes out from Polvi,
and they gotta just chill. This guy's tanking the ult.
Quick. Perched up on top of that
oh, this one fell apart so fast.
They're trying to clear him out, but they're all hiding.
Dude, imagine being a coach watching this, and your team just does that.
Be very careful with his movements.
And you would have thought that was a free kill of heaven. Oak onto the side though. Maybe. What's the spam like?
Russ tries to stick the defuse. The timer is still ticking away, and Flips is trying to play along with the time.
No way.
The snake bite lands.
I mean, the time was gone though. It would have been close. It would have been really, really close, but the time was gone because the bobbler popped before the guy died to the actual second molly.
Because by popping the nano swarm early while the smoke was still up, RRQ
this is a devastating round if you're GE watching this one. Obviously just got to swing there a little bit. Like once he sees the gun barrel up, you just swing and just take that shot. You know he's not looking at you, you know he's clearing sight. I think he's worried about multiple people, sight and someone watching it, but
at the end of the day, the
I don't know, honestly should have hit this shot anyway.
Lockdown had been used as well. So RRQ able to catch up one round again.
It's a shame he's been having a good game, and that's like one of the big rounds everyone's gonna. I mean, it was a big round.
We heard Coach Ewok talk about it during the timeout episode. You know, 2GE's always there, waiting for the chance. He knows how hard
Switch to the person that's using it this time.
Six-man.
And he always stays ready as well.
Similar fade, I'm not going to get caught out by it. And now this gives him a bit of freedom to take some map control.
Still keeping this match relatively competitive. Benkai now this time the one with the Odin. The Nightfall getting sent out.
Man.
Still catching.
Dude, they might be some of the better spammers we've seen over towards
the A site.
Over towards tree areas, looking insane.
Well, right from that Nightfall, somehow is able to get the absolute shots through.
I think there was a ping on the map for him as well. So now back into the same spot. Paranoia just to flush him back. Hops
yeah, the Killjoy Molly here is so strong.
Blaze King holding Baby Door at the ready.
And then this was nice, man. I mean, I like this a lot. Got a Molly. So first of all, absolute nightmare. This guy playing over towards door, just spamming everyone. Then you pop the Molly, no one can really heavy commit. And then once you pop the Molly, you just spam in front of it here.
I mean, look at Povi's position.
Because you know that they're going to be
Mound is absolutely shut
behind the door.
Tree is absolutely shut off. You know that they're still trapped in between.
You don't do that back with another Odin. You don't spam this when you pop the Molly with an Odin here as well.
Of global
That'd be
esports
strong.
right now, they are trapping them inside their realm. RRQ do not have any routes. Slowly finding back in that lead, and this is all after Coach Spin's timeout in round 18 as well.
Yeah,
and it's looking a lot better. Right? And if you're RRQ here, you're avoiding this. That's for sure.
RRQ making the choice to give 11 to GE. Now, yes, again, it looked very unlikely to pick up that round after the first 2 kills.
One down.
But they're gonna have to figure out something else here. This Odin, they've got to find. Yeah, they've got to find an answer for this Odin. Because creeping in...
And my
yeah,
answer
I mean,
would just
it
be
can
don't
work.
go
Sure,
there.
you could consider and say, you know, I misread the timing. But the thing is if you're going to creep in, either, you know, just holding
Odin
rubble
back or
or
Guardian
making
back or
sure that
something.
there's some other utility to draw it out. Maybe opening the door first to make sure
Metalha,
that
thank you so much.
switch, something
Metalha,
like
thank
that.
you, thank you. With the tier 1, appreciate the 5 months.
That also helps check. Is the Odin still there?
Creeping in does feel a little bit too risky for my liking right now, Will.
I mean, what else are you going to do, though, right? I mean,
the utility.
Into tree? You can't clear that with the Odin spamming the entire time.
Yeah, it's such a busted gun, especially when you kind of when you get the cues of where they are as well. The fact that you can spam instantly into a choke point is pretty busted, but then you get like the only way they can actually come face you is by opening the door.
Chicken and the egg question, a catch-22, so to speak.
Like it's so strong, man. I do think the teams don't use it enough.
But right now, it's going to be a heavier push.
I think this is probably the most we've kind of seen it actually have a good amount of impact.
To see if they can then pressure onto A site.
And Kai,
we'll see if it is
still over there, just waiting. It's going to be putting his molly down again because it's just been causing an absolute nightmare. I think this is the best way to do it as well. Just they got to take somewhere else.
They definitely hear that Odin as well.
So you're hearing the Odin. It's just a fast hit.
Wow.
Oh,
wait, what an absolute shot, man.
That's a huge kill.
Big Jewel coming in.
Big dive.
Elmimore as well. I mean, they're ready for this door opening as well. This shuts down a lot of the options that GE had.
Unbelievable.
Okay, if you're GE right now, you got a lot of money, right? Apart from this guy, but that's okay because someone like either of these can drop. You gotta just try and do some damage. Gotta try and force some kind of reset. Like ideally they want 2.
Because here's the thing. I mean, the chances right now. No matter
gonna
how
save. I think honestly at 10-11 this might be the better choice, but
you've already given over with the Nightfall. The chances are too slim.
I would be so tempted to
give, let's say,
try and get some kind of like exits or lock them in a little bit.
Anything like that before the half ends. So while you have the lead, you know, you got kind of a gimme in that previous round after the initial kills. You give one back to RRQ, you reset.
The spam onto the box here, yeah.
The question is, how will Global Esports come back into this next round now?
We saw, what was the team that did this?
Showing some
There's 2, there was a spam here. We saw someone spamming like this as well when they came in. There's like there's only a set part of the wall that you can do it.
We'll have to see as Jemkin. I mean, that was a 6 shot. So was Elmimore's as well, but flying in and getting that pick onto Heaven. Definitely
Coach Commander, how we doing, mate? Or Couch even. Couch Commander with the tier 1. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
I mean, I thought, you know, maybe it was going to be a heavier stack onto B and C, go for a full retake onto A, but this time
Does this guy realize how strong the molly is here that he's doubling down?
And this is a lot of setup for Blaze King, right? You're thinking, okay, Odin's here again, you know, no biggie. The door is open.
This is a spot that Elmimore is very comfortable with, so he flushes him out. The
Prowler. Whoa, they managed to get one. Was there just no...
It's not just one guy, GE.
Yeah, I guess no vision blocking any of this. Massive duel, man. Gotta win this duel.
Prowler out now, sweet, huge movement. Oh, Xpharaoh can't quite catch up. Down to the last 2.
Oh, and you saw
the big reset in terms of the money.
Very potentially map point for Global Esports now. 2GE wanting to take matters into his own hands, but dropping the Polvi. It's all down to the IGL flips.
Okay, well the alarm bot's gonna get him early. But he has an ult to get over towards, like, after plant.
It's a tough choice to make.
But the Killjoy ult's gonna then flush him out.
Do you really want to give up that map point?
Got no choice.
I mean, I'm not going to blame him if he sends it, right? It looks nigh impossible either way.
The kill on B, yeah, that was pretty much it for this.
Best thing that he can do, right? I mean, plant the spike, maybe play around tree, but then you gotta be prepared for this entire squad. I don't think you want to invest Viper's Pit yet.
Wait, he got the most important kill. Yeah, he killed the lockdown. Oh my god, it's so on.
To my world.
So on.
No, it's Polvi who's firing off. No, he walks into it. He
The
walks
bait in.
into it.
I mean, this is just well played by GE, right? So he thinks
Yeah, tap of the spike, and then you think that someone's
peek.
sticking it.
I like the idea because what you're thinking is with the Odin spamming, the other guy's probably going to try to hold the
Oh, the
defuse.
Odin's
So
killing me.
That's his process of elimination, but GE's one step ahead. They say, I'll spam it, you creep in, because he can't hold this close angle if I'm spamming.
Exactly one of those, like, damned if you do, damned if you don't moments. It's just, I can feel the frustrations from Flip's side now. So, unfortunately, even with all his best efforts, the Viper's Pit, the incredible shot up to heaven, it's going to be
so
match
stupid
points for Global Esports.
Yeah, look at the way he was holding that, too. I think Flips kind of misread that angle. I thought he thought maybe he was shooting straight into the into tree, but Polvi was already holding it at an angle, cutting that corner. So all in all, well played by GE. A little bit of panic from Flips as well.
Good effort, though, but nonetheless, this is now an opportunity for Global Esports
Yeah,
to steal
2 chances,
this map win away.
and
This was
helped get there by the
RRQ's
double
map
pistol,
pick.
and
They
a
don't
lot
do
of
well
Odin
on this. We're
spam.
going next to Global Esports' comfort pick on Icebox.
They have, I mean,
Yeah, we
they've
can
got the
talk
most
about
perfect
Icebox when we
setup
get
for
there,
this.
but compositionally,
They send it
I
in,
think you have
Omen
to
Flash,
favor
you got 3
GE
people that can
just a
duel.
slight bit.
Might even
So
see
we'll
a
if
raise
RRQ
that
can
sends
take
it a
this
little
to
bit, we'll
OT.
see,
They've
but
never held the lead in this map.
Full set play into C.
yeah,
Just sending
smoke
it
up.
down, lightning fast, able to
Who
do a
is
bit
the
of damage.
smoke, yeah?
Tell me more trades right back.
They don't have a
Jenkins
smoke,
still,
yeah?
it's already inside.
The Viper
Bit
smoke.
of shrouded step from 2GE, but he's done it one too many times. Russ is aware. Jemkin trying to get the timing on the swing, waiting for his teammates to arrive at the same time, but Blaze King now sets up the Viper's Pit. He can no longer push up front. Russ peeks out at the right time as Jenkins tries to fall back. That's going to be the 3rd kill for Russ. LB more now.
Yeah, he's absolutely wrecked with this ult.
He's going to have to fight his way out of this.
And the alarm bot goes down as well,
Squad.
but it's impossible.
Okay,
Okay, nicely done from GE. Russ got a lot of important kills here. The Odin was a big factor. Double pistol was definitely a factor as well. And RRQ kind of got punished for their... RRQ got punished for their play at the beginning here as well.
That they showed in the previous 2